It's Real Live with DC Honey. I'm your host, DC Honey. This is the show that has exciting interviews, the latest in social media news, and some new releases. I'm joined with my lovely co-hosts tonight, Mick Fabulous and Miss Nancy C. And we have poet, actor, and model Jerome Bradley on the show tonight. Are you guys ready? Make sure you hit that share button and hit the love as well. We love the love. All right, you already know it's time to go. Let's start the show. It's Real Live with DC Honey.
Real live show. DC Honey. Come on and chill for a while, it's gonna be lovely. It's the Real Live Show with DC Honey. We push it forward, it's impossible to go back. And please know that the mentality is pro-black. Laughs and cheers in the atmosphere. Classic hits, the music you be glad to hear. From the old to the new, yeah, this show was for you. And everybody striving to grow and improve. We glad to be alive, raise your glasses to the sky. If your energy is negative, you have to say goodbye. Nothing sad or basic, we past the hating. Great imaginations, collaborating. The vibes all positive, this is a must. Multi-million-dollar ideas we build and discuss. Take a listen, you ain't gotta be socially distant. Even though we different, we all are gifted. With blessings overflowing, it's all love we showing. The party here will not stop and keep going. The queen is controlling all records to spin. Bet your money on her, she expected to win. She blends off with the rugged, I swear you gotta love it. Verse from Mark Math and beat from Reggie Ruckus. Now that you tuning in, it's something you'll do again. Cause the music make you feel high, now it's getting real live.
It's time to get real live. I'm your host, DC Honey. Thank you for logging in today. We appreciate you all on the Onyx Network Facebook page. We're also live on our YouTube page, as well as our personal pages. So drop in the chat where you're tuning in to see us. And we appreciate all the love that we're already getting and the views. Thank you for coming in the room. We have a great show for you guys tonight. A lot of social media news. We're talking about Kanye. We're talking about Warren G versus Suge Knight, Shelomi Sanders, and her dad's controversial comments about her going to the HBCU and more. We got a jam-packed show as usual for you guys. So not only tune in, but hit that share button and let everybody know that this is the place to be on a weeknight. It's Real Live. And I'm joined, of course, as usual, by my lovely co-hosts, Miss Mick Fabulous and Miss Nancy C. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Hey.
You guys always come in so quiet and demure, like,
yeah. What up, though, from the game? What up? What up?
What up, though? It's time to turn up. We have a great show. We have a great guest. I'm really excited to bring this brother on. I'm talking about Jerome Bradley. He's a poet. He's an actor, and he's also a model. And we're going to get to all that in just a second. So I'm really excited to have him on. Today is also special because today is, you know how they have a holiday every day now that we don't even know about. I just happen to see that we have a holiday today and it's Brothers and Sisters Day. So
I never heard of it.
I know. I was today years old, say, when I heard about Brothers and Sisters Day. But if you do have siblings out there, shout out to you. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters. I do have some. It's complicated. I have to draw like a chart to explain my brothers and sisters, my half brothers and sisters, my step brothers and sisters. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Same here. Paparazzi, Rolling Stone. Same here. I have a lot of sisters and brothers.
How many people have, Mick Fabulous?
Oh, God. Do I need to count? My mother has 6.
Oh, wow.
And then my father has some.
Okay. Yeah, I got some of those too on my stepfather's side. I got some too. I don't really claim, but you know. We have a family chat on Facebook. We have a group chat with myself and all of my children. And I dropped in the chat. I was like, well, you know, today's Brothers and Sisters Day. Nobody said Happy Brothers Sisters Day. I love you guys. I'm glad that you're here. They immediately started insulting each other, joning on each other.
That's how you know there's love. That's love.
But that was it. They showed you.
My daughter
Yeah.
was like, I never wanted any brothers. I wish it was all girls. And the boys was like, y'all whack, y'all broke. We the ones with money. And just
Yeah. Yeah.
That's love, though. They have a
Yeah,
good
it is.
time.
It is.
Shout out to our viewers. People already checking in. I want to shout out Patricia. Patricia says, good evening, ladies.
Hello.
Hello, Patricia. Thank you for joining.
Absolutely. And then we also have Mark Kemp, who's going to be on the show soon. I'm looking forward to that interview. Mark says,
Thank
well,
you, Mark.
Nancy.
I wish it was all girls. Yeah.
We want to give also to Juanita.
Shout out to our viewers. People are checking in.
Juanita Motti. Thank you, girl. You know I love you. Thank you for chiming in. And Beverly Smith, I appreciate it. All those that are chiming in, thank you so, so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's all love. Thank you, family. All right, we're going to get into our interview. We have a great guest on tonight. And we've all heard about the power of words and the magic of music. But what happens when you combine them with incredible resilience? Tonight, we honored to have a guest who embodies that very idea. He faced a lot of adversity during his youth, but he rose above it all. I'm talking about Jerome Bradley, also known as the man with the golden voice. He's a musical poet, a model, and an actor whose story is as powerful as his art. We want to welcome Jerome Bradley to the show. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me. That was a
Absolutely.
great introduction.
Oh,
Great introduction. Got a brother all emotional over here.
oh, you deserve it all. You earned it all as well.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you so much.
Now, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you, so what popped out to me was the man with the golden voice. Tell us about how you got that nickname.
The man with the golden voice. They actually teased me as a child, called me Froggy. And the man with the golden voice actually came from the guy. I forgot what his name was. He was like a homeless guy, and they would always
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, right? I forgot his name,
Yeah.
but he was homeless and he had to sign up, and they would say, hey, say something with that great voice, but well, you're not listening to nothing but the best of the oldies. And next thing you know, he blew up. They recognized him, he went viral, and they recognized him for his voice. I think it was Ted something, but
Yeah.
that they would tease me with the Barry White. So I would get a lot of a lot of teasing and stuff like that, but in a good way, As we were younger, they didn't know, but it's a gift from God
Yeah.
because it helped me stand out from everybody else. And coming into the game late, as I've come into the game, it actually helped me. It's unique. It stood me out. And then the ability to write all my music, write all my poems, write everything from scratch to finish. Actually, engineer it. I learned how to engineer things on my own. A lot of people in the business, a lot of people, in anything that you do, they always say they got your back, but they don't. So, as a being an independent, and let me just emphasize and say that word again, independent, because a lot of people don't understand what that means. When you're independent, you have to independently be the promotion. You have to independently be the marketer. You have to independently be the person that finances everything. So this is a grind and it's a gift. And if you believe in yourself, you got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were talking about being teased as a child, and you also experienced some other challenges growing up. What were some of those challenges, and how did it lend toward developing your art as a poet and as a writer, songwriter?
I grew up in the foster care. I had a brother that was 5 years old. and he took my mother's drugs, thought it was candy, and he died. So from there, I was put in the foster care system, and I was raised up in the foster care. And then I was taken back out from my foster mother, Miss Bradley, and put into the foster system. And then it was just hell from there. Just a lot of hell. I was given back to my mother when I was 8 years old because the foster system thought that my mother had it all together. It's not the way it is now, but it was different then. They put me back with her, and with no supervision, it was crazy. It was a wild life. Me being an 8-year-old child, not having a childhood, actually in the streets, fighting grown men, um, stealing, robbing.
You did what you had to do.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And, some people glorify doing crazy stuff, but my hands was forced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I don't look at my past in a bad way.
Yeah.
I look at it like, God fine-tunes us for greatness.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to go through the furnace and the flames in order to be the person that he wants you to be and use you. So you have to go through some adversity
Yeah.
in order to speak that reality to someone that's currently going through that situation. Because a person that's going through hell or is going through some stuff and trials and tribulations, a person with a silver spoon, they don't want to hear that. So they can't relate. So you won't be able to penetrate them.
Yeah. And with your creative process, do you tap into that trauma and even
Yes.
the triumphs of the past? And how do you
Yes.
do that when you're creating your art?
So when I'm creating art, I always think about the losses, and this is my moment right now for my gains. So we look at life. A lot of people look at losses and they become stagnant and they want to give up and they want to sit down and dwell. There's two type of people. You can get up and get out, or you can sit in your sorrow. So what I do is I go back and I look at where I was and where I am and where I want to be. So that's my process.
We want to play some of your art. I think this will be a good time to do that. I want to play something so that the audience can get a feel of what you do, because I'm saying that you're a musical poet, but I didn't know if that was the proper term. What would be the proper term to describe your type of art?
That's it right there. The music and the poetry. You said it right, sister. You said it right. And just real quick, let me just say this to you,
Yes.
to everybody out there. It sounds good. And a lot of people love the poet and love the musical poet until it's time to be into a performance, in times to be in the showcase with an R&B artist or a poet. And I'm not accepted because I'm in between two worlds on the gate. Between the poet and the music. So I'm the musical poet, and everyone says, like R&B is music and R&B is poetry and rap is poetry. Tupac, it sounds all good until you're invited to the events. They don't want you there.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it's new. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know.
Fear of the unknown.
Yeah, fear of the unknown.
What are you going to play for me, sister? What do you got? What do you got?
We're going to check out some of your art. I have a piece that you created called My Wife, and then we're going to talk about the significance of that. All right? Let's get into it, family. This is My Wife by Jerome Bradley. Enjoy.
Took my wife, destroyed my life, me to cry, left me to cry. I just wanna die.
Man, it was the coldest day of my life. The day I lost my wife. 2 intruders I dropped. Despite changing the plot, my wife was shot. My wife was shot. My life just stopped. It was a long night. It felt like forever. What a storm to weather. They harmed my treasure. So angry, my nerves just kept festering. My gun was licensed, but still, they took me in for questioning. I arrived at the hospital today. The doctors didn't want to say, but the love of my life just passed away. Damn, she was the air that I took in. When I lost, she made me feel like I could win. Made me smile when I wanted to grin.
They took my wife, destroyed my life, left me to cry, I just wanna die. They took my wife, destroyed my life, left me to cry, I just wanna die.
Here we are at a situation so unusual. My babies are lost, crying at the funeral. Why me? How could this be? The love of my life is gone. My kids see me so weak, and once I was so strong. I have to find who is behind this. Police want a case solved. All I want are the bodies involved. My wife was shot. Now it's time to turn the tables and change their plot. That's in my heart, but I have to play smart. Think of my kid instead of doing a life bid. Although it kills me inside, I have to let this one slide and bury my pride. So much heartache, so much pain. This storm is an endless rain. My eyes are swollen shut, so sore. It damaged my soul to the core. I can't bear it anymore. Tears I drop. Damn, my wife was shot. You were my heart, my soul, the one I would truly miss. I felt your spirit in each and every kiss. What we shared was such a bliss. The air just lost its crisp.
Wow. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, let me just say this to everyone that's watching in the audience. That is a made up story.
Okay.
That is creative. That's what you call creative writing.
Yeah.
When you are a songwriter, you are a poet, you have to write the stories. You have to imagine you being in that midst of that story. So that entire song is a story about a wife, and I have many parts to it. And the whole goal is to get that on film. So I have all the parts. So if there's anyone out there, what we don't want is, we don't want to say, hey, I'm gonna be the film maker and this is it. No, I want someone to take the story and say, hey, I have a vision. Let's do this together. I already have the trailers. I already have all the parts written out, have everything copywritten. All we need to do is take the vision and bring it to life.
You had me going because I was wondering. I wanted to ask. That was my first question. Did this happen?
My sister,
Yeah.
I have people falling out when I perform that at the shows, crying, grabbing me. They're so sorry. I'm like, what is sorry for? Your wife. Man, I'm not married, man. This is all made up creative writing and stuff like that. But that's what it's all about. And go ahead.
But it's so real. It will resonate with those that it really did happen to.
Yes, it's someone's
I was
reality.
feeling it. I felt it. It touches. And so even if it doesn't touch you personally, someone that have went through something like that, it brings back that. So it's deep. Deep.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I know Mick Fabulous had a couple of questions for you. Go ahead, Mick. I'll toss it over to you.
No, I just wanted to say, really what inspired you to become a poet and to bring it with poetry and music? What inspired you to do that?
Yes, what inspired me to be a poet is because many years ago, I used to pay my friend to write songs, the actual songs. Let's just say Anita Baker, "You Bring Me Joy." Write that song. I'm gonna give it to my girlfriend, and I just, would pay her and stuff like that. And I just felt like it wasn't coming from my heart. So I wanted to write something that came from my heart, that had substance. The songs are great, but it just didn't penetrate the way I wanted to. So I just started writing myself, and I started writing for about maybe like 2 years. I put it up, had everything copywritten, forgot all about it. Raised my daughter, and then one day I just felt like I had a bigger purpose in life than just to work, especially going through everything I've been through in life, all the adversities I faced. So I just said to myself, there has to be a bigger purpose for my life, and I don't know what it is, God. Then I remembered I wrote. So I retrieved my stuff back from the copyright office in Washington, put it together, a book. It's called A Miracle Born in the Desert. It's on Amazon. And that right there just started opening the doors. So now I was the writer. That's all it was, writing. Then what happened was I had two artists. I was financing two artists. I believed in them. I was the one writing the stuff. Great guys, great everything. However, my vision, they weren't fulfilling my vision. So my family said, you're going to have to step out from the shadows and make your vision a reality.
Yeah.
So I said, okay. And the first thing was the wife story. And I went and I recorded it. That was my first recording. And I kept going out there performing the wife. But guess what, guys? I got tired of hearing it. And I felt like, hey, you, the people, deserve something better, something more. So I just started writing more, recording more, and putting out. And now we have 120 songs on all the music platforms,
Wow.
everywhere. Apple, Amazon, Spotify, whatever it is, Jay writes, 120 songs.
Amazing.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay.
Miss Nancy?
All right. I want to piggyback on all the stuff that you've gone through. I used to work with group home teams. Have you ever thought about taking what you've gone through? Because music and poetry is therapy. So have you ever thought about going back to like the group homes and foster care homes and having them to go through that same lane of creative writing to help them?
No, I never thought about the creative writing, but I like that. I like that a lot. That's something new that we could probably, work with and stuff like that. But however, I've done the prison ministry.
Okay.
I've gone back to the prisons. I'm going back to the shelters. However, not gonna lie to you, I'm just a working man, chasing my dream. At the same time, I do feel that void that I need to step in and go back and get in some type of school, motivational speaking.
Yeah.
For the youth. So I definitely that's very near in the future. I'm just doing a couple
Yeah.
of things, and then I can get to that.
Yeah, I just brought it up because I know sometimes, a lot of times, our healing comes through, helping somebody else,
Oh,
because you'll still do
definitely.
your thing. So I was just thinking, because music is, it has its healing, virtues. So that's what I was asking.
That's something I never fathomed. I never thought about what you just said, and that's something that's wow. That's something that I could just probably make a proposal for as a
Yeah.
writer, coming as a volunteer, and as a writer, and sit down with the guys. And I like that.
Okay.
Definitely,
You
yeah.
need
We
to
got
know that
that. If I
your
get a
helpers.
couple of coins, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw you a couple of
Mhm,
coins.
mhm. Yeah. But to be helpers one to another, because you have those other children that are there and they don't
Yes.
have that outlet. And sometimes they just need to see, we all do at times, just need to see if it happened for you, it can happen for me.
Happen for me. Exactly. I like that. I like that. I like that. Saying something is one thing, but
But
actually
doing is
seeing,
another.
and wow, this guy has been through the hell. This guy's been in the dark, just
Right.
like me, and he came out. What did you? I like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes.
You mentioned something that really resonated with me a couple of minutes ago. You talked about starting late. I want to kind of delve into that a little bit because I identify with you with that. You know, we're both probably in the same little age range there. And I feel like, you know, I've had some false starts. Well, I can't say false because we've learned, you know, as we go along every time we go
Yes.
out there and try something. But what is it to you? What does it mean to you about starting at this stage of life where people, society likes to say you should have made it by this age, but we're just now getting out there again and doing our thing? What do you think?
I love it. I love it. That's my motivation. That's one part of my motivation. That's my fuel. All the negativity is what I utilize for positivity. So a lot of people doubt. I love it. I'm that's that. The more I'm counted out, the more strong I feel. The
Mm,
more relentless, the more drive I have to prove to myself, also to myself, and self-validated. However, that right there, that motivates me, that pricks me and my spirit to just rise up. And oh yeah, that's what you think? Well, I'm going to show you. And especially a lot of people give up.
Mhm. Yeah. Your life is
Ah,
not
I
over.
love it. I love it. A lot of people give up and they don't want to get behind me because of my
Mhm.
age. They say, "Yeah, what? How old are you?" Never. No, get out of here. So
Mhm.
it's never too late to be great, guys. I want you to know that it's never too late to be great. Despite losing does not define you to be a loser. A lot of people think
Right.
because they lost, this is it. Oh my God, it's oh my, you don't understand. No, that is the devil. The age, I don't want to hear about that age. You know
Talk
when it's too
about
late? When you
it.
die.
Mhm.
That's the
When you
expiration.
live.
When you
That's
die.
Yep.
it.
Till you die,
Your
you better
journey
keep
is
out going
done.
out there and keep
Hmm.
going and going and going.
That's
Listen,
right.
we took the Apollo, we took musical poetry to the Apollo Theater, the first musical poet to ever do it. And there was been poets, there's been spoken word, but there haven't been that musical, the title of musical poetry at the Apollo Theater in the 98 years or the 89 years. And we did it. We went to the Apollo Theater and we was on that stage, touching that stump. We did that.
Okay.
amazing.
Yeah. Never too late.
That's never too late. It's never too late.
And then
Mhm.
they don't know what they're missing. You know, a lot of times no one knows what's going to take off. But when you
Yeah.
bring it, and if God gave that to you and you don't stump it and you let it grow, look at where it is now. You have so many, you have a whole lot that are doing things with poetry and music and bringing it
Yes.
together. And it's all the message. And for one, age is nothing but a number, it has nothing to do with here or here.
I
Yeah.
want to just take that second when you just said, I want to pick back on that when you said, look where poetry's at. I want to shout out Jay Ivy from
Mm,
Chicago. He opened
mm.
up the door for all the poets out there and to get a Grammy. He made a category for poets to submit, and I'm submitting my album for a Grammy nomination. It was because
Oh,
of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
awesome.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
I also do want you to talk about your acting. That's another avenue that you've gone into. We played the slideshow. I want people to know you were not in jail. You were
Yeah.
not locked up. This is
Oh
wrong,
yeah,
family.
yeah. Yeah,
Tell
yeah,
us about
that's
your
not me in jail, guys. That's not me in jail. But
right.
that was actually I was actually in the scene. It was a jail scene, but I wasn't in. That was me just taking my own selfie. However, I was in a court scene and I was arresting this young lady and pulling her out. So I was in that. I was actually in another movie that's coming. I can't talk too much about the name and stuff like that. However,
Oh,
we've got into our musical poetry opened the door for acting. Our relentless promotion of ourselves, promoting every day on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube has
mm,
gotten eyes. It's gotten my this interview.
yes.
Let's keep it 100.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you didn't see me on Facebook,
That's how I
I
found you.
wouldn't be here on this interview right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
So I want everybody out there to know it's about being relentless. You cannot be lazy. You
Yes.
have to be
Mhm.
relentless. You have to be that same gangster attitude that you had in the street. You need to use that same energy for your dream, for you.
Mm-hmm.
So back to the acting, guys. I'm getting crazy. Um, the acting. So what happened was they saw me. I performed in a movie. Then they said, "Hey, Jay, man, you look like a police officer. Would you like playing the police?" Yes, I would. So I'm in there playing a police officer in that movie. So we just doing. And then I was an extra in another movie, a silent, just drinking champagne and pop. But I'm in these extras, and people are actually seeing me and noticing me. So
Yeah.
listen, like I said, it's the
Open
sky's
door
the limit.
season.
The sky's the
Mm-hmm.
limit. And then even going back to the man with the golden voice, we had a conversation and I was trying to nudge you towards radio because you have a fantastic broadcasting voice.
Yes, yes.
I
And
want
that's something we're looking into as well. We're
awesome.
looking into, we're doing everything. We're doing everything. I just did a voiceover for a movie. The guy sent me the skit. I did my voiceover, have my own home studio. I record everything, send it out the email the same night. Here you go. Where's my money? Cash App, Zelle. Let's go PayPal. We take EBT too, guys. We take
I know
EBT. We take it all.
Yeah.
Now listen, look. Now let me just forewarn you: the EBT is double. So if it's $50, I need $100 worth of groceries.
Right.
that is the standard.
Ah,
I want to
okay.
give people a sample of your voice.
Mhm.
I got a clip. I got another clip in the whole.
Let's go. Let's go.
But let me, I want you guys to check this out so that you know what I'm talking about as far as that broadcasting voice. Check this out real quick.
Baby, I'm on my way. Don't trip, girl. I'm cruising on the highway. Pushing this spaceship. Yeah, I'm excited too. Get a grip, yeah, I'm excited too. I got that diesel to sip. Yeah, that diesel from Cali. Oh, it's so smooth, so crisp. Do we need crackers and dip? Okay, love, I'll see you soon. Guess what? Love, I'll see you soon. Tonight's a full moon. Tonight's a full moon. That Dizzo. That Dizzo.
Oh.
That's good advertising for the Quiet Storm on Friday nights.
Yes, 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 yes,
I
yes.
did my homework.
Yes, I like that right there. I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that. I did that for one of my friends. He has a Dizzle brand in California, and one of his partners, he said, "Hey, man, do it." And I did that right there. That's funny.
Yeah, very talented. Let the audience know first how we can follow you, and then also what you got coming up next. I know you're working on something.
Yes, 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 yes. I'm finishing off a book. It's called Tears of a Black Man. I'm one of the authors. It's multi-authors in the book, so that's coming out.
Wow. Yeah.
What else I got going on? I have a lot of runway shows coming up. I'm gonna be hitting that runway.
Nice.
Like I said, guys, it's not too late to be great, man. I used to model years ago, got off course. God has just pressed the reset button, and now we out here doing runway shows, acting, music, albums for the Grammy. God is good. And you can
Yes.
find me on J Wrights on Instagram, J Wrights with 4 Z's, JWRIT. You see right there with 4 Z's, or TikTok with J Wrights, as you see right here. Inbox me, man. I'm a cool dude, down to earth. I'm here for everybody, man. God is good. He wants us just to uplift each other. That's what it's all about, man. Just uplifting each other. It's not about no money, being stuck up in all that crazy stuff like that. If I received $10 million tomorrow, I would still be the same. I already know myself, and just good out there and help people. And that's what it's all about.
And I'll send you my Cash App. Thank you.
You better send that Zelle too.
All right. Jerome Bradley, thank you so much for joining us. It was beautiful to get to know you.
Thank you.
God bless you guys. God bless you. And thank you to everybody. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I appreciate it. As a musical poet, we don't get that much opportunity. So I truly thank you sincerely from my heart. Thank you so much.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Our pleasure. Have a great one.
Oh, wow. Wasn't that wonderful?
Yeah, yeah. The voice is something else. It's nice, and as someone said, it was sultry.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's the best way to sum it up. Thank you so much, Patricia, for your comments. Patricia's the one that said very sultry voice, and she also says
Okay.
interview. We are so happy
Mhm.
that you enjoy. Well, we have some social media news. We're going to take a quick breather and we'll be right back with social media news, family. Thank you, and keep it locked right here. It's not too late to share as well. Share the show and show us some love in that comment section. All right, and it's time for some social media news. This is the news that we are talking about all up and down the timeline. And let's, I guess, start with Kanye, right?
Yeah.
Kanye likes to be in the news. He's facing a new lawsuit from his ex-security guard, actually. And this security guard is alleging discrimination and wrongful termination. Kanye West, now legally known as Ye, is facing a lawsuit that a former security guard, his name is Benjamin Deshaun Provo, filed on April 26 in Los Angeles. The lawsuit alleges racial discrimination, he's Black, wrongful termination, and retaliation. So Provo, who worked for a security guard for West, now closed Donda Academy, that's where he worked for the academy, and Yeezy's clothing warehouse out there in LA. He claimed that he witnessed and experienced racial discrimination firsthand. The lawsuit details influences of West allegedly frequently screaming and berating Black employees while treating white staff differently. So Provo further alleges that West pressured him to cut his dreadlocks, ultimately leading to his termination because Provo refused to cut his locks out of his hair. And this allegation also aligns with previous claims from another ex-employee who stated that West desired a specific look for all of his staff. So the lawsuit seeks unspecified damages for emotional distress, lost wages, and punitive damages. Provo's lawyer emphasizes a desire for justice and to hold West accountable for his alleged actions. So it turns out this is not the first time West has faced accusations of misconduct from employees. Another recent lawsuit claimed that he fostered a hostile work environment at Donda Academy, spewing hateful rhetoric and creating an atmosphere of fear. So Western representatives have yet to comment publicly on the lawsuit, but the legal battle is likely to unfold in the coming months, so we'll be paying attention to what's going on. Both sides are going to present their arguments in court. So Kanye West, family.
Kanye ain't been right. He ain't been right since he left Chicago. I don't. They say he's a musical, genius, but I think his people skills may be a little bit off.
Yeah.
He got his wife or girlfriend, whoever she is, walking around half naked, and she crazy to do it. And then you got employees that's the same, race of you, and you're berating them and treating the other counterparts better. That doesn't make any.
Sigh.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Mick?
Why did you put for employment to work with Kanye? See, you feel like, okay, he's out there, and he is out there, not just feet wise, but he's out there. So you want to work with him too because you want clout as well.
Yep.
You already know that he has some issues. So now you want to sue him. So my thing too, it could go twofold. Did you get with him because you know that he's unstable and that's another way that you can get some extra money? So I look at it on both aspects. So you already know what Kanye's his demeanor is, or how he can, melt down or whatever. But okay, why did you want to work for him?
Right.
I understand as a fellow creative how you have that vision in your head and you want to produce that vision as you see it. So your job is to get your team on board with the vision and to execute. However, Kanye is taking it way too far, telling folks to cut their locks. Locks for a lot of people is a very spiritual process. And not too many people,
really,
locks are going to just cut it for the job. First of all, that's illegal, Kanye. That, we passed those laws where you can't discriminate against your employees because of their hairstyle. You can't do that. That is against the law. But it's just to show that he may be talented, he may be a so-called genius, but he's not a good leader, because that's not the definition of leadership.
But just because you're talented don't mean that you have leadership skills. That's just something that you could have came with. And then I beg to differ. That last runway show.
Well, you know what I did like though? I like the puffy coat. That was hot. The super big puffy coat. That was hot. Maybe it's the artist in me, but I like that stuff. But the Mad Max, everyone's dead. This is after it's given depression. I can't.
I can't even say that.
It's giving depression.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Always is always, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Yeah. Well, Warren G and Suge Knight are in the news, but Nancy's gonna talk about it, I think.
I'm trying to contain myself, okay? I'm just
sorry.
the thing is in my head. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right. So speaking of lawsuits, Suge Knight, he has a podcast called Collect Calls with Suge Knight, because he's still in jail. So he is claiming that Warren G and Russell Simmons basically swindled money out of him, publishing money out of him. So Warren G's first album, which was called, what was it called? Regulate. It was ghost written. This is what Suge Knight is saying. He's saying that the majority or the whole album was ghost written by Snoop Dogg and Corrupt. And that the song Regulate that the late Nate Dogg did with Warren G, he said, this is what Suge is saying, he just saying a whole bunch, that he gave that song to Russell Simmons out of quote unquote good faith. He don't do nothing out of good faith, but he said he gave it to him out of good faith. Okay. And when they, made money off of it, the album went platinum 3 times, that he felt that they didn't give him any money. And so he's coming after them now saying, hey, where's my money at? And so Warren is saying, first of all, the album was not ghost written by Snoop and Corrupt. They each wrote or assisted with one song. And he doesn't understand why that Suge is coming after him after all these years, because back in the day, Warren had Suge's Night back when people was talking about death row, and he always been a friend to him, so he don't know where this coming from. I think it's coming because he needs some money on the books, but that's just me. But yeah, so that's the whole thing with Warren and Suge Knight. Money.
So he done picked up on the Shirley Strawberry X-Man stuff, huh? Now he trying to get a podcast in jail so he could get money too now.
Yeah. He got his Twitter account and all those, IG. He got all of those accounts back because at one point they have deleted him. So now he got those accounts back so he can make money off of that. So now he just talking just to be talking. Just like he had said that Snoop's wife takes trips to Miami with other men. Ooh. And of course Snoop came for him, but he just saying stuff just to be, I think he just saying stuff just to be saying stuff because he locked up.
Well,
So
he got nothing but time on his hands. So
yeah.
what else is
Did
he gonna do besides talk?
yeah, talking and fight for a honey bun. So I don't. I guess, I guess I don't know what's going on with him, but yeah, that's the whole thing with them too. So Warren ain't too worried about it. He's just disappointed. That's all. Yeah,
People do a lot of things for content anyway. So he wants content. He wants to go viral. So he's going to say some, controversial things. So
yeah. Only I don't think too many people really listen to him. I don't think.
yeah.
Yeah. So whatever. But
Yeah, another person that's making controversial comments is Deion Sanders. You can tell the audience what's going on with him and his daughter Shelomi.
Okay, so Shelomi, known as Bossy, Deion Sanders, and Pilar's youngest daughter. Pilar is Deion Sanders' second wife, ex-wife. So Shelomi decides she went to Colorado with her dad and her brothers. She was on the basketball team. She didn't get a whole lot of playtime, so she decided to get into the portal so she can figure out her options. She decided to go to Alabama. Deion said that it was stupid for her to get into the portal. Now, Pilar comes on, makes a video and saying, well, let's not talk about you being a hands-on father. Now, everybody know Deion loves his kids. But she was like, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to get into that. Don't let me have to do all of this talking, yada, 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 yada. So Shelomi went to Alabama because basically she wants to be celebrated instead of tolerated. She felt she was tolerated at Colorado. She wasn't getting a whole bunch of playtime. You got some people that saying her skills wasn't that good, and some people are saying she should have just been happy staying there at Colorado because her dad was trying to make a way for all of his kids, not just the boys, but for all of his kids to be successful. And kind of like a dad, I'm thinking he just didn't want her to leave, but to stay there. But Pilar got all in the mix, and she was like, "Oh, you're absentee dad, yada yada yada." But Pilar's she's a different person.
I think I understand. I mean, he's a father, so he's looking out for her interests, and he's figuring if she's there, he could be able to take care of her. But I also get her. She needs her independence. And if that's what she needs to do, to go and to let her go and experience that. But he's not looking at it as a coach perspective. He's looking at it as a daddy perspective, and that this is where he can harbor all his kids. That's my opinion. But I think too, she needs to do that and have that experience, and then she'll know if she's good or if she isn't, or if she should be able to pursue more or do something else. And so for her going to an HBCU college, I think that would be good for her. That's some experience for her. So she needs that. A lot of times we want to cuddle our children, and don't let them grow. Let them go and bump their heads and let her see if that's what it is. She knows no matter what, daddy's going to always be there. So,
yeah. Well, a lot of times we parents feel like we know what's best with our children. Sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't. But that's besides the point. The point is that each child, and she's an adult now, has to decide what their own journey is going to be. And it's our job as parents at a certain point to move from kind of dictator to advisor. At this point in her life, it's their parents' job to advise her, but it's up to Shelomi to decide her own path and to forge her own path. And I think that's what's going on here. He raised an amazing daughter who knows herself and knows what she wants out of life. And she decided to follow that. But I'm really tired of Deion and his attitude toward HBCUs. Kind of like, who said that HBCUs are lower than the PWIs, the predominantly white institutions in the first place? What's wrong with Alabama A&M?
Did he say that?
If it has a better program, what's wrong with Alabama A&M, where she gets to shine and be a star as opposed to riding the bench? I believe that Shelomi was All-American. So I don't know what the chatter is all about she wasn't all that good, but I think she got some accolades in high school as well. My boyfriend, Glenn, he attended Alabama A&M University. I attended Howard. So we're both proud graduates of, well, I ain't graduate, but we're both proud students of HBCUs. And you know, I'm just tired of this attitude from Dion. You know, like Jackson State wasn't good enough, not because you know went to Colorado for the money, and now
I don't get that.
film is
But
not good enough now for your child. You know, fall back, Dion, on an HBCU.
Mhm.
And you know,
but did he say that though? Did he say that?
he left.
I think,
He
okay,
what?
well, wait a minute. Okay. Well, I think because I've heard him say, you know, as far as the funding go, like with the sports program, that the, you know, HBCUs like Jackson State, they don't put enough money in for
Right.
the, you know, the sporties.
But I
And then
never
you got
heard
the
him
white
not say it.
schools. Yeah, the white schools, they pour all out. They go all out and put the monies in, and they're gonna make sure the kids is good and the facilities are good. That's what I think he was saying.
Yeah, but they
Right.
got the money. So how are HBCUs going to get the money if all of our best and brightest are leaving the program or not supporting the program and not sending their children to the program? That's the only way we're going to evolve and grow, is if we as a community support these
Yeah.
And it reminds me of what was also in the news was about the NFL draft. This is the fourth time in the last, I think the second time in the last 4 years that HBCU athletes were completely shut out of the draft. That means that there were no drafts selected from HBCUs. This year was the second time in the last 4 years.
Wow.
Mm.
So things really do need to change, you know, regarding this process and placing value on these institutions. We got some great folks that came out of HBCUs that are doing sports today. So
I know when I was watching it, I seen a lot of us getting picked, but I didn't. I'm not into sports like that.
And maybe that's why Dion wanted his daughter to stay at Colorado, because he felt that she'll have better, you know, exposure coming out of Colorado than Alabama.
Yeah,
that may have been it.
So interesting. We're going to take a quick breather because we do have some What's the Sizzle tonight, and that's all the new releases and things that we can look forward to that are coming up. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back with more Real Life. We'll be right back as soon as I find the the little break thing. Here we go. All right. Thank you for tuning in. All right, it's What's the Sizzle, and in the news, Mary J. Blige has been having people's antennas pop up because of some comments that she made. Not controversial comments, don't get me wrong, but she's kind of hinting at a farewell. She's working on an album right now, and music fans are kind of abuzz because she said that her upcoming album just may be her last in a recent interview. So she's known, of course, for her raw vocals and genre-building sound. She spoke pretty candidly about her future plans, and she said, I quote, "You know, I got to leave it all out there on this next one. I've been blessed to do this for so long, to make music that resonates with people. The next album, it just might be my mic drop." So she didn't like come out and say, hey, this is my retirement, but hinted at it. And of course, the comments sent shockwaves through the music industry, especially her fans. I just want to remind everybody that Mary J. Blige is a 9-time Grammy winner, and she has a career that really did span over 3 decades. Her influence on R&B and hip hop is undeniable, with countless artists citing her as an inspiration for their music as well. So this album will be coming out this year. It's not titled yet, but it follows her critically acclaimed 2022 release, Good Morning Gorgeous, which was an excellent project there. We don't have too many details on this project, so I guess over the next few months, it will be coming out, and we'll get to see some sneak peeks, maybe some new releases and things like that. But she says that this is going to be a deeply personal collection that reflects on her journey as an artist and as a woman. That's what I look forward to. So, what do you ladies think?
Yeah. We watched her grow up from the basketball shirts and the jerseys and the backwards cap to the elegant look that she has now. So we watched her. We watched her going down. What's that song she had? I'm going down. That one and all the other ones. What's the 411? We haven't seen it all. So if she goes out, then she had a good run.
I don't think she's going to go out. I think she's going to go into another level because Boys to Men, their son, don't get me messed up, but one of the sons, one of the Boys to Men, their sons, they are rocking. And she's there, she's promoting them. So she's producing them. So she might go into another direction instead of her being on stage. I think she's getting ready to highlight the ones to go on stage. And they're good as hell. When I say good,
take a back seat.
them boys be rocking. Do you hear me? They are, they sound so good. But I think she's just going to go into another, because normally, and I've been going to Essence for years. She's always did Essence. She's always did the Cincinnati Fest, and she hasn't done them in a minute. But I don't know what's going on with Essence. These new people, I just don't know.
That's what it is. The new people. The new people.
Yeah. It's not, and change is hard. Yeah. I can say for me, when you're used to something and the way that it was, and all the years that we have went to Essence, and then now you go and you be like, what the hell is this? I mean, I love the camaraderie of New Orleans, especially during that time. It's just us, and you meeting people and you're having good time. And I just love music, period. But even it's just last year, it wasn't what I was used to. So,
well, maybe you should make a surprise appearance and step on stage.
Yeah.
Mary.
Now, don't get me wrong. Now some of the talent was good, but this time, girl, we was doing stuff into the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah.
Normally, Essence used to always be, and I'm jumping off the thing, but however, when Mary J claimed she would close, at least you would get out and you could go to some after parties. You couldn't leave and go to after parties because by the time the concert was over, it was like 3 a.m. So you're there from 7 to 3 in the morning. You get there early, you meet people, you drinking, you having your good time, the music coming high, and then the main set came on probably like 2:00 in the morning.
I'm asleep.
Yeah.
Girl, one of them, I ain't kidding, I had to take a dose before, they was getting ready to come on. I'm like, okay, y'all better come on with it.
A little power.
You get older. You can't do too much. Getting older. I be trying to hang, but back to back, it was a little rough. But yeah. But I don't think that she may stop performing and doing that. But I think she's moving into another era.
That makes sense.
That's off tour. She's done some wonderful things and a very, very good performer. I love watching Mary J.
Absolutely. Yeah, she is. Yeah. Well, Shonda Rhimes has been posting something interesting. I think she posted it today or yesterday. And this has been going on since 2023, but this is my first time seeing it and being aware of it. But she posted about a new documentary that's going to be coming on to Netflix in June. And this is the Black Barbie documentary. So it comes out, you guys, Juneteenth, which I absolutely love. And Netflix is set to premiere this documentary entitled Black Barbie. It's going to dive deep into the story behind this iconic toy. So Black Barbie is going to take a look at representation, identity, and the impact that a doll can have. I would say a Black doll can have on young Black girls. This is directed by LaGuerria Davis and executive produced by my girl, Shonda Rhimes. So it's already going to be fire. We know. because Shonda is involved. But it's going to be focused on the journey of the first Black Barbie. When did that appear, ladies? 1980.
Mm-hmm.
Through
I was a Barbie fan.
So through firsthand accounts from 3 Black women who worked at Mattel at the time, the film is going to chronicle the struggles and the triumphs of bringing this long-needed representation to toy shelves. And you know there was probably a struggle to bring this toy to the shelves. We already know how it is. They say the Black Barbie isn't just a doll, it's about the cultural impact of seeing yourself reflected in the toys that you play with. The documentary explores how the introduction of Black Barbie challenged beauty standards and empowered young girls of color. This film's release is going to be on Juneteenth, which I love. It's Juneteenth, if you're not familiar, is a day celebrating the emancipation of enslaved African Americans in the United States. It adds another layer of significance because this is coming out on Juneteenth. And it highlights the ongoing fight for diversity and inclusion, not just in toys, but in a society as a whole. So we're looking forward to this on Juneteenth. Netflix, again, you know, you should have it paid up, family, because, you know, Cat Williams comes out. What is that? Oh, the 4th.
Tomorrow.
So
tomorrow.
So you should have your account already paid up. And if you just one more assignment, make sure you pay it in June as well, because we want you to be able to see this Black Barbie documentary on Netflix. So I'm excited. What do you think?
I'm excited.
Well, you know,
I've always been a Barbie head. When I was a kid, I had the black ones, I had the Asians, of course I had the white ones, I had the Barbie house, the Barbie car. I named my Barbie dolls. All of them had first, middle, and last names. Yeah. I love Barbie, so I'm here for it. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited because we reached out to Barbie, and they made. I do have it right here. We have our own vitiligo doll.
Yeah, I saw
got it
that
right here. I'm gonna run and show it to you. But we have our. But they're doing a lot of things for ethnicities, different ethnicities. But we have our own for vitiligo, and I mean, I was like, you know, but. They're doing things, and I think because not only that, generations change, and from what it was back in the 50s, where they glorified the blonde hair and the blue eyes, you know, and now with generations changing and things being more open-minded and being accepted, that we all, you know, so I'm glad for that. And I have my Black Barbie shirt that I'm wearing tomorrow when we go Saturday for the Kentucky Derby. So I already have mine. So I'm really proud of them doing that. I really am. It's amazing. So
we're gonna get you a dog because we want to see that.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely
I am a Barbie fan, God knows. Yeah. At one point in time I had 75 Barbie dolls.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I love Barbies. Yes, I used to collect them. Yes. I need to start it back again. But yeah, I had it. I had every Barbie doll you can name. I pretty much had it. Holiday, peach and cream. Was it peaches and cream? I had all of them. The doctor ones, I had them all. I had them all.
Where are they today? Because that's a lot. That's a huge collection.
Yeah.
Where are they now?
This is that one. This is the main one that they did, and then you know I have people that they love me so, and then they bought me this one. So I get stuff from everybody getting me stuff and sending me things, but I am so honored for us to be able to have this as representation for not only for vitiligo, but us.
Yeah. So Miss Nancy C was sharing while you were grabbing those that she used to have 75 Barbies.
75? Wow.
75.
I looked mine up when I tried to wash her hair and put her in the bathtub.
I used to do that. Yeah.
How but it was funny because when our hair get wet, it get cranked. But that hair would never you couldn't straighten that hair back for nothing. You'd be like,
conditioner and all
with a bald Barbie. She was bald. Like had you cut it, trying to fix it. Boy, Barbie stuff was all over the place. I was like,
Oh
oh,
my gosh. You didn't
I,
take
yeah.
care of
I got to talk a little bad about my nieces. I love you guys. I really do. But my nieces used to have spare parts. So they had a shoebox and they didn't have whole Barbies. They had
Oh
parts.
my God.
So they would
Oh,
put the parts together and create their own little Barbie
Oh
and do
my
magic.
God.
and things like that.
Well,
Oh,
artistry runs in your family. So hey,
I love you
artistry.
guys. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my nieces. All right, we're going to squeeze one more story in because it is time to go. But I want to talk about this R. Kelly concert. Can we talk
oh
about
wow.
it real quick? This has been all over social media, so we got to talk about this. So music fans have been buzzing earlier this week after photos showed R. Kelly performing a concert for a prison crowd. This went viral, family. But internet sleuths and fact checkers have discovered that this is actually AI. I'm sorry
Yeah.
to disappoint people. So these photos have been widely shared on social media platforms, and it depicted R. Kelly on stage with the microphone, singing a tune to a huge cheering audience. See that in the middle right there, in what appeared to be a prison setting. So the captions fueled speculation of some kind of really bizarre jailhouse concert tour. So they were saying that he was going from jailhouse to jailhouse to jailhouse and these epic concerts. So multiple credible sources did debunk it and said they've confirmed that these photos were actually created with AI technology. So this is the first time AI generated imagery has caused a stir online. We've seen some of the things, and now, I'm going to bring that to you guys. There was an interview that AI created between Will Smith and Chris Rock, but we're going to look at that on another show. So this is some of the advice that they offer when we're presented with these kind of images. Number one, check the source. Look for reputable news outlets or fact-checking organizations before sharing anything. You know, we're complicit. We be sharing it before we look into it. Also, look for clues. AI-generated photos may have inconsistencies in lighting, blurring, or unnatural poses. Normally, AI will have 6 fingers on a hand, or they have one black eye, or it'd be an ear right here somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look for those clues. And then number 3 is do a reverse image search, which my kids, if you got kids, teenagers, young adults, they'll show you how to do that. All right. So do a reverse image search. Many search engines allow you to upload an image and see where else it appears online. So this can also help you determine the origin. So the next time there's a sensational story out there that you're like, this sounds like it may not be true, just take a couple minutes and fact check it.
And I don't think R. Kelly in the mood for doing no in prison concert. I don't think he in the mood.
Well, I beg to differ because he was singing on the phone.
That's true. That's true. And you talk about a commissary, boy. I wonder how much commissary he would get for putting on a concert of that level.
But I'm quite sure he'd be around because from the phone call he sung. I was like, that's him.
Okay.
So I mean, at least he was in good spirits.
Okay. Yeah.
Just like Suge Knight, what else they gonna do? They need something to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not one of my faves.
Yeah, neither one for me. But I still listen to the music. I know that's a whole nother topic.
I mean, I love R. Kelly's music. I listen to it. But I mean, all I can say then without seeing Cast the First Stone. Might not been as strenuous as his, but hey.
Yeah.
Only when it comes to us, you get dug down in the ditch. But so many others can walk freely and nothing happens. So he's not the only one.
Yeah,
but
if we wouldn't have a show. If we wouldn't have a show about that, we would have a whole lot of folks tuning in and want to comment and stuff.
We'll look into doing that. Yeah. All right, but that's our show, family. I do want to recognize some of the audience members that have been with us and commenting.
Me as well.
definitely Patricia Marshall Pearson. She does say that this is her first time tuning in and she really enjoyed the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not only tuning in, but participating and sending us comments. We love the comments, and that's why we love to show it on the screen just to recognize you. So come back again. Make sure you're following our page, the Onyx Network, so that you know the next time we go live. All right. Thank
Well,
you.
I have some shout outs. Can I say Passion and Renitha?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you both for chiming in and coming on. Passion said she really enjoyed the show this
Thank you,
evening.
Passion. Yeah, thank you. Also, Kelsey West, who's becoming a regular. You're a regular
Yes,
now. Who's a
yes.
guest as well. Make sure you watch that on our page. He has the HBCU tour. So that's relevant to the conversation today as well. And Mark Kemp, who is a hypnotist. We're looking forward to having Mark come on, who's going to talk about, he's not just a hypnotist, but he's a hypnotherapist. I want to make that clear. So he works with people who have drug addictions, managing pain, and also has some trauma. He provides therapy for them. So hats off to you. I look forward to talking to you. That's going to be a really good, informative show. That's coming up in the next couple of weeks as well.
Yeah.
And we have some folks on Facebook. Oh, let me see. Let me see here. If we can see, oh, Reese Allen, who is my niece, one of them spare parts girl that had the Barbie spare parts. She's been watching. Thank you so much for tuning in as well. And I want to just peek on my page to see if I hate not shouting folks out. I think we get everybody. If we miss some people, please charge it to our heads and not our hearts. But thank you again for tuning in. Make sure also that you subscribe and that you follow. All right. We're on the Onyx Network on Facebook and we're on Ton Network. What is it? Let me put it on the screen because I want to get it right. That's our YouTube page, youtube.com/Ton Broadcasting. So we want to make sure that you guys go there to watch all the replays as well as to subscribe to us. And thank you so much for those who have already done that. We really appreciate it. All right. We're going to get on out of here. We have some great people coming up this month. And we'll be back actually here on Tuesday. We have Antonio Seals, who is a chef, and great videos online as well. We're going to be talking to him on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. So make sure you come back for that. And as always, Mick Fabulous, do you have a word to leave us with tonight?
As always, stay true to thyself. You know it. Just know that you have it. Listen to that inner voice and don't worry about being someone else. Be you.
Good stuff. Absolutely. All right. That's our show. Thank you so much. And we'll see you again on Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. for more Real Live with DC Honey. All right. Have a good night, family.
Bye, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.